Hey everybody, welcome to week 5, last week of the human resource course here. So just want to welcome everybody our last week. So on the final stretch, to say, I got scenery this time. I got New York City, and one of the reasons I got that up is because I'm actually got to make a trip there this weekend. So I did this video on Friday before the weekend because I was going to be on the road heading to New York because I haven't seen my sister meet. It's a kind of reunion thing, meeting my sister who lives in Ireland, who's flying in, and so it's a big reunion because haven't seen her in 50 years. So a couple things there. Okay, so let's move on here to next thing: inspiration, determination. That's in your part there, making sure you're determined. To finish what you start. So, like I say, I try to do a little something every week just to keep you inspired or, remind you that, this is an opportunity for you. A lot of people will never have this opportunity. And, even though there might be obstacles out there, you need to overcome them and just be determined and get there. So, all right, and then we just had a Veterans Day this weekend. So some people say they like to see pictures of me. So here's a picture of me over here. All right, that corner there. So that's me back in my Army days doing stuff. So, all right, and of course, so last week, I will pick on some of you a little bit being behind. Most of you are in on the discussion, so the discussion's real good interaction there on plans on what you want to do. So that was a real good info there. Good plans and career directions and so forth. So good there. So the homeworks I've seen. Good to go. So, but some of you are kind of behind there, so you need to kind of catch up, especially we're into week 5 here. So, um, upcoming week, you got 3 chapters. You got chapter 15, which do labor relations, collective bargaining, has to do with unions. So, varied opinions on that. I mean, what this chapter covers is the process and everything, how to do it. So, um, and depending on who you talk to, some people like unions, some people hate unions. Um, and again, when unions, and you may have heard me mention this before, when unions first started back when there was no laws, there was no, there was the sweatshop environments, child labor, no safety, things like that, and that's what that chapter 17 covers, is like the safety portion. So, but since those days, there's been laws and things in effect that basically replace all of those union causes. Um, but then again, it's very controversial because a lot of people don't think that way. Others do. So, um, but either way, so if you got any issues, like you got OSHA for the safety thing. Um, Over here, you got the EEO, Equal Employment Opportunity. There's also businesses. One of the things about business, and if you're going to be into business, is business has to be competitive. If one company decides they're to be more competitive or to get, labor force offers more benefits, higher wages, everybody else follows suit. So, I mean, that's one of the advantages of an open competitive market, is it does drive things up. So, I mean, as far as, um, you know, wages and benefits and things like that. So, but anyway, and then chapter 16 covers employee discipline. I mentioned in one of my other videos about coming to when I got out of the Army, and I came across some employees who had never had a written, what to call it, you can call it a write-up disciplinary action. I used to call it corrective action. Um, and so if you're in a position where no one's ever written you up or said anything negative, then that boss is probably not doing their job. And if you're that boss, you're probably not doing your job because you're letting people not know that there's something they can do better or should do differently or whatever the case is. Um, and so you should never have any surprises on that. After I got out of the Army and got into Domino's, like I said, I was a regional manager for stores, and I had to fire some people, but everyone I ever fired apologized to me for firing them because they had plenty of warning that was in writing. If you continue to do this, you could end up losing your job, those type of sentences in a write-up. But at the same time, it's a coaching or explaining, how you're supposed to do this, whether it be customer service, whether it be a technical thing, whatever the case may be. So anyway, so the 3 chapters, labor relations, discipline, and safety. So that's what this week's about. Let me see. The discussion is about. Let's get in here, down here. Discussion, week 5. All right. So here you got a situation here. So that's So So that's always an interesting perspectives on different ways people think that should be handled, that situation. So okay, and then the other week 4, this past week you were supposed to have a your research project in. I don't think I've seen. I think I've seen one of those. So on the ocean side here. So when you get in there, get that in. And that's pretty much it, I think, for week 5 here. So for those of you that are in here and everything, great. So far, so good. No problems. Those of you that are behind, you need to catch up. You need to get in touch with me. And like I said, I'm this week. I mean, you can still, I still check the emails and the messages and everything. So even though I'm on the road this weekend, I'll be getting back in town like Wednesday. But you can still, message me and stuff like that. No problems there. So, all right. Enjoyed the course with everybody. This is the last week. So the other thing I ask everybody to do in the school, also is the evaluations, because that's how we find out if there's an issue with the class, if there's something that you found there was a mistake in the book and the homework, a quiz. So that's how we find out from feedback from you, and then we change it, and we do make changes. So I mean, I know you don't see that because you only do the course one time, but if you let us know about something you found, we go ahead and we get it fixed and corrected. So for the next group of students, it's not an issue. So so anything issues, if there's positive things, great. You can mention that too. So, but we do ask that you try and do these evaluations. All right. So with that. That will do it for this week again. I'll probably see a lot of you in the next term next week. So look forward to seeing you there. And with that, I'll just do my test question. And where's the test question? Oh, here you go. So just let me know what's going on here with my grandkid. And that can be the test question for this week. So, all right, everybody, you have a great week. Get in touch with me if you need anything. And I'll see you next time, hopefully.